Hey, what is up guys, Hailtothebreak here, and welcome to Let's Play Tracer New Blood, and I'm wearing a coat in the middle of the summer. Why that is, because well, it's just really cold in my basement, I guess. Anyways, on the Let's Playing. I've been pretty busy lately. I had the really bad idea to actually go and buy Fallout New Vegas at the same time that new DLC for Portland came out. And now I just got way too much stuff to play. Like, it's crazy.
I'd like to hear the Department of Health's opinion regarding stigma. Secretary Mendez?
I consider this case a very serious matter. It's unlike any plague mankind has ever known.
Could you please elaborate?
First off, stigma is a virulent disease created by man. Reports indicate that a contagious strain exists, which means it's a significant threat. In addition to that, there's an underground organization attempting to exploit the situation. So we must face the possibility that stigma is being circulated as a biological weapon. But in order to investigate, we need the cooperation of Homeland Security.
No need to worry about that. I've already notified the appropriate individuals.
Thank you, I appreciate it. However, I'm afraid we don't have much time to waste. There have been reports from around the world describing symptoms that suggest the presence of stigma. There's even been a major outbreak in one country.
You're talking about Kularuma, correct?
Yes, we've had one patient flown in for examination. We'll handle the treatment and subsequent analysis here in the US. Caduceus will be seeing to it. In case you weren't aware, Mr. Deputy Secretary, Caduceus is our country's finest.
There's no need to explain. I'm familiar with the organization.
I'm so glad that you're all back safely. You must have been so scared.
You have no idea. But we survived, with each other's help.
I'm sorry you had to endure such an ordeal. We must take stringent measures to strengthen our security immediately.
With no word since your disappearance, we had begun to fear the worst. How are you feeling? Were you harmed?
It was a difficult situation, but we were determined to get through it. Having met our enemy face to face, my resolve to continue this mission has grown even stronger.
I wouldn't have objected if you had decided to resign, but I'm glad to hear you say that. We can't win the war against stigma without you three.
Something caught my attention while we were being held captive. It concerns Professor Wilkins. I think he may be a member of the Kidman family.
Goodness. Could that be true?
The professor? What do you mean, Marcus?
Well, you know that guy they referred to as the director? His face was hidden, but he was definitely the same height and had the same build as the professor. He also appeared to be the center of their research on stigma. If he is Professor Wilkins, then this would all make sense.
I have to disagree. The way he moved and spoke, I just don't think he could be Professor Wilkins.
I'm not positive, but it seems very likely. I just can't figure out how he got mixed up with them.
Regardless, I'll notify the FBI. Now, I understand that you're concerned, but I need you to continue with your mission.
The patient has been flown in by the military. We don't know how infectious the disease is, so use the quarantine transfer unit. According to preliminary examination, we are dealing with a new type of stigma, so we'll be relying heavily on your abilities. I know that's a lot to ask since you just returned, but I hope you're up for the challenge.
Well, at least we're not out of practice, having been forced to operate while we were held captive.
Oh my, is that true?
Yes, believe it or not.
I'd like to say that you will have the very best working with you in the research lab, but unfortunately, we've lost a key staff member. We'll still do all that we can, though.
Did something happen?
Cynthia left. She quit while you were away.
Why would she do such a thing? She seemed so dedicated to her work.
Do you have any idea why she quit, Isabella?
As a representative of Humani, I'm not at liberty to say, but I'll tell you as a friend. She seems to have gone through a lot with the higher-ups concerning stigma. They blamed her for developing products that increase patients' susceptibility to stigma. But no one could have anticipated that side effect.
It's a shame to lose someone like her, but we can't dwell on it. Let's prepare for the operation, Val.
That's too bad. I had hoped to work with Cynthia until we eradicated stigma together.
Just so you're aware, I'll be present throughout the operation. I realize it may be difficult to perform such a procedure after your recent ordeal.
Don't worry, Kanai. We can handle it.
I'm glad to hear that. I can't tell you how relieved I was to learn that you three were safe.
I hear this is a new strain of stigma.
Yes, but the preliminary tests didn't tell us much. We did learn two things, though. First, it has multiple arms, which are causing all the damage. Second, we can prevent further damage by removing the grapplers from the ends of the arms.
Sounds like a complicated procedure.
It's affixed to the affected area, so we can't pull it off by force.
In that case, I think we should first try to restrict its movement and then excise it.
That's where this baby comes in.
What's that?
It's the result of our research. It will allow us to turn stigma's own characteristics against it. You see, we were able to extract a colurium-based fluid, which will temporarily restrict its...
Basically, it can stop the pathogen's movement for a short period of time. Would you mind giving it a try?
No problem.
Okay, let's see.
It's
Go,
good to be
Marcus.
back. Now, let's get started.
Dude, I've been watching back the stuff I made back when I first started.
Unfortunately, we don't know how to... But at least we have a second
When I first
opinion.
started like this Let's Play, when I first started like
Let's
Vigilante
begin
8,
by opening him up.
those very first Let's Plays, it's... oh, that one.
Stigma is definitely present.
It is a pretty
appears to
weird
have a
one.
core from which the arms are extending.
Let's try using that new stuff. We're supposed to inject it into the grapplers.
Yep, but...
Something's been released from the central
yep,
core.
little something here.
toxin, I presume.
This
If
is
we
pretty
ignore
much
it,
the
it'll
easiest thing if you get two
needless to
players,
say,
but I don't
it'll
have
be
two players, and
detrimental
also
to
the player's a bit
patients.
cheating this
We
game.
have to find a way to stop the toxin.
On, do
We
that.
have to stop the grab.
You
We
cut
can
that,
extract
then you
it now.
then you take that,
That takes care
then
of
you
what we
take that,
see.
and you do that. You do that. Basically, you just gotta like block it so you can actually remove it.
Slow down, Doctor.
You
The
keep it
arm is
blocked so
expanded
they
back to
don't.
its normal size.
And once you remove one of the things, it's just gotta be careful because they can actually respawn if I remember right if you let the thing go at the end.
That's probably the result of a rapid contraction designed to stimulate regeneration. Perhaps this can be used to our advantage, since it places a great... If we repeat this process, we may be able to force the core to...
Alright, let's give it a shot.
But anyways,
Arms are back out.
so
Hurry up,
basically
remove
what I
the
was saying
grapplers.
is that
Looks
I
like you can only pinch
watched
each
back the
arm in
stuff I
one
made
spot.
a few, like, months ago, and I realized how, I wouldn't say bad, but how inexperienced I was, and how my commentary, like, not that it was bad necessarily, it was just that I feel like I improved so much, and by looking back on those, you almost feel like you want to redo it. Sadly, it's not something you can really do, because let's play this, but I might replay something at some point. But yeah, I've been looking back what I did, and it's fun, really. It's fun to see that you can actually improve on something. It's one thing I said many times to myself, and when I first started this, I was like, when I'm gonna first this, I'm not gonna be that great. I'm probably gonna be very sucky indeed. But looking back on the stuff I did, and I saw improvement, it actually makes me quite happy with myself. I am a very self-bashy person. I bash myself for a lot of stuff that when I do wrong or something when I know I can improve. It always makes my teeth cringe when I know I could do better. That was pretty close. Looking back on this, I love to see improvement. It feels so good to see that you managed to do something that you're doing something better than when you started. You were doing it as well as you.
The core's weakening.
It's just such a good feeling, guys. And seeing how much improvement, a lot of stuff, and how much I enjoy doing these, man, I'm gonna keep doing it. I just love Let's Playing so much. Oh, and talking back on what I said about like having too many games, recently because I worked a lot and right now there's a strike going on, so I'm not working for like this week and like the next week because of that strike. So I just got so much time to play games now, it's crazy. I'm just playing games like crazy. Don't get me wrong, guys. You might think I'm pretty old because of the fact well, not really. It's not because I'm actually pretty young. I mean, right now I'm 19. So yeah, it's pretty bad the strike though, because I don't get any money, so I can not buy stuff. Like I was trying to get new, better equipment for recording and stuff like that, but without the money and crap, can't really do that. Now can I? So,
I forgot what it's like to have a
Freaking
real
strike.
operating room.
I hope that's the last we see of that thing.
Well, the operation was a success.
oh, that was pretty flawless.
That was an admirable effort, considering the difficulty of the operation.
Yes, it was a tricky one, but somehow we managed.
I love how the games says stuff like, it was great when I absolutely failed back in the older videos, and when I do it like flawless, it says like it's tricky. The wonders of pre-written stuff like that.
I don't mean to press my luck, but I actually have another favor to ask of you three. This will be an extremely difficult task.
So it's no different than usual.
Don't worry. We're quite used to extremely difficult tasks by now.
We received a request for aid from the country of Kuluruma, where an outbreak's occurred. They desperately need doctors who know how to treat stigma. The government would like to provide assistance. That is, of course, if there are any doctors willing to volunteer.
And you want us to go?
If we can get some of our personnel into Kuluruma where that metal originates, then I believe we can advance our research on stigma. But to do so, we have to put 3 of our finest staff members in danger. Not just of infection, but also of insurrection.
Kuluruma is a hotbed for guerrilla activity. It's a time bomb waiting to go off. What do you think, Val?
Well, ultimately, what's our purpose? I mean,
If we're trying to convince ourselves, we could say it's to protect the world from stigma.
Elena, how do you feel about traveling south of the equator?
Well, it's better than going somewhere cold.
Glad to hear that. Then it's decided. We accept, Madame Director.
Right on. Just like that, 6-2. Kuluruma. You'll see pretty weird stuff there. Well, not really weird, but just you'll see unique stuff. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put it that way. And think on that, guys. You'll see.
Allow me to introduce President Moreno, who has taken time out of his busy schedule to greet you.
Welcome. I thank you wholeheartedly for coming all this way to save our citizens.
Okay, sorry for the time out here, but just tell me, how many of you think this guy is the perfect cliche island slash like middle, you know, Cuba style middle, not really middle country, but like kind of like, you know what I'm saying, trying to say, like those kind of countries that are like medium wealth, not necessarily high, but not really poor, and like living in the equator line, you know, like pretty much in the middle atmosphere. Geez, can I speak? Yeah, I don't know. It's just the accent, the way he's dressed, the way he looks. You just feel really cliche like that.
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President.
Nice to meet you, sir.
We hope that we can be of assistance.
You're much younger than I expected. But nevertheless, I'm sure you're quite skilled.
They seem a bit suspicious.
Stigma has claimed many victims, and now rumors are sending the populace into a panic. My people's suffering is my own. That is why I am so grateful to receive help from your country.
We'll do our best as a sign of friendship between our countries.
I am counting. Commander, where are the doctors headed?
Sir, they'll be deployed to Arbel, sir.
I see. Our American friends may not be prepared for what is in store for them. But I am afraid we have no alternative. I'm counting on the three of you to care for the infected and determine the cause of the outbreak. In any event, there are some unruly elements in this country. So please be careful. Oh, I almost forgot. Commander, bring her in.
Yes, sir. Right away.
I am assigning you a special escort. You're our important guests, after all.
Come, Pepita.
Dog. I love dogs.
Don't be afraid. She's a smart dog, she won't bite. In fact, she's very well trained. It's a custom in our country to give such dogs as special gifts. I hope you'll accept her.
Yes, thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, Pepita.
I intended to have a banquet prepared in your honor, but
We're doctors, not diplomats, so there's no need for formalities. We're here to help the sick.
yes, you're absolutely correct. We all have our work to attend to, including me. I wish you the best of luck with your assignment. Well then, good day.
The president is now leaving the premises.
President sure seems busy.
Yeah, he has his hands full between the gorillas and the economy. And add to that stigma.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Vaughn, Dr. Blaylock, and Miss Salazar.
And you are...
Maria Estrada. I was born here, but I went to med school and did my residency in the U.S. I'll be acting as your interpreter. I'm thinking about practicing medicine here, actually.
Oh, yes, they did say something about an interpreter. Maria, are you feeling okay?
I think I may be coming down with something.
Look at her eye, Val. It's all red. Maria, did you get your immunization shots before returning here?
No, because I was born here, I didn't think I needed them.
As a doctor, you should know better. Val, she might have Vimase fever. If that's the case, she'll need immediate treatment.
Q,
That's
someone's about to
endemic
get
this
sick.
region, but she hasn't lived here in years. Elena, I need your help. We need to check her lungs.
Okay, I'll get everything ready.
We're unfamiliar with Vimase fever.
Supposedly, it causes unusual tumors in the lungs. That's all I know.
Those must be the fever tumors mentioned in the examination reports. It appears that removing these tumors will greatly improve the patient's condition.
That gives us an idea of how to treat her, but aren't these readings strange?
You're right. These fluctuating numbers are a cause for concern. It seems like they're periodically rising and falling.
We can't just leave her like this.
There's no time to waste. Let's begin the operation immediately.
Smell fishy. Hope it's not the one I think.
Let's open her up.
I
We
really
have to
do hope
treat her.
it's not that one. 'Cause if it is,
Well, here we go.
it's gonna be painful.
I'll do our best.
Very painful indeed.
So these are the
Yep,
fever
is that
tumors.
one.
At least we won't have to use the ultrasound to find them, like with normal tumors. That'll help save us some time.
We'll still have to be exceptionally
Or maybe?
cautious. Look at it. It's changing color.
I believe that we can use the same procedure to remove they're already exposed, so please begin by draining the cytoplasm.
Wait, what was it?
Now that you've drained the cytoplasm,
Oh yeah, now I
size
remember.
the tumor before it returns. What was that?
Okay,
It
yeah, now I
looked like
remember.
some sort of gas.
You drain the blue, and now you cut it.
It seems safe to do so. Now that
If
the
you touch
tumor's
the
been
red,
removed, let's continue the
you're gonna have some
operation.
problems.
Doctor, it's bleeding and
Okay,
is
now I
in
remember.
flames.
Sorry about that, guys. Bit of messed up.
Vitals are dropping?
I don't rehearse these, and I should probably. I'm being a
Again?
dumbass.
More inflammation and bleeding?
Oh, that's the thing when you haven't played something in a while. Okay, let's see. Let's start. The thing I hate about these ones is,
Maybe you shouldn't
like
touch it
that,
when
they
it's
can
red.
change while you cut them. They are very, very annoying. So if I was smart, I would wait until they change, then cut them. And yeah, even when they're cut, they can change. Come on.
Vitals are dropping removed. Please treat the remaining wounds. The membrane's been affixed, but it left a scar.
Doot, 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 doot.
What should we do about these scars? The readings show that the tumors are gone, right? These must be normal scars.
We'll send the data back to Caduceus just in case. Let's close her up.
Note to myself, in this game nothing's normal.
Please close up the patient.
Just keep that in mind. But what if I don't want to close the patient?
Seeing a tumor change color like that was surprising to say the least.
But I'm glad there weren't any complications. What are we gonna do with our interpreter bedridden?
Unfortunately, that's not the biggest problem here. You see, she's also a doctor. We could have taught her how to treat stigma. Someone will have to continue seeing patients after we're gone, right?
Well, we talked it over.
What did she say?
She insists on coming, even if it kills her.
Are you going to allow that, Marcus?
As a patient, I would advise her not to go. But as a doctor, I must respect her decision. She studied medicine to help the people of this country, and now is their greatest hour of need. If we carefully monitor her condition along the way, will that ease your fears, Val?
Yes, somewhat, but I completely understand her desire to help people.
So, just like that, it's 6-2, so it's gonna be 6-3. So I guess what time is up, guys? Yeah, I'll probably gonna see if I can get something done tomorrow. Well, wait. Yeah, I'll see if I can get something tomorrow, but if I can get tomorrow, it's probably gonna be the day after tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get a lot more done of this Let's Play, because I feel like I've been a bit lazy with that one. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, but a lot of different stuff, and I haven't had a focused vision on one project, so I'm gonna try to pull a bit more resources into finishing this, so I can get a lot more stuff done in this. I might pull some side stuff as well. I know my buddy Bean loves to do side stuff once in a while. So, I'll see, guys. Anyways, we'll break here. Sign off. See you guys.